Hey, welcome everyone to this section on BigQuery partitioning and clustering. So far we have covered the considerable amount of topics on BigQuery, be it the BigQuery's underlying architecture or the BigQuery's hierarchy, and also we have done a good amount of hands-on on creating the data sets table, and we have also done some basic querying on the UI of BigQuery. Perfect. But now it's time to understand a very important concept in BigQuery, that is table partitioning and clustering. So before starting this, I have one request with you. Please take a paper and a pen and note it down with triple star, which is most important, and keep this in mind always. That's what I said, please note it down on a paper with a pen, because I believe your fingers has also have some memory. Yeah. So there you can memorize the concepts for a longer time. So note it down. Just note this down, that more the data scanned by a query, more resources will be utilized. If more resources are utilized, then this requires more slots to process your query. Okay. Ultimately, you will end up in paying more prices for a big query. That's the reason you have to choose or write the query wisely, so that this should not shoot up the prices, and on the other hand your efficiency should also be good. Make sense? So that's the reason the BigQuery has introduced a concept of partitioning and clustering. So let's dive in and see what do you understand by query partitioning, table partitioning and clustering in BigQuery. Okay. So what exactly is table partitioning? It means that, think you have a big table, a huge table. You are breaking or dividing the table into small segments or compartments or section or pieces, whichever you feel easy to understand, you can think it that way. And these segments or section or compartments are called partitions, right? And these partitions are based on a particular column, and you can provide, or you can come up with you can break or divide the large table into one of the column below. Okay, suppose your table has a date or timestamp. You can partition based on timestamp or a date. You can partition based on the integer range. You can partition based on the ingestion time. Okay, so let's go to the blackboard and we will see what exactly how exactly we are going to do this, and how the BigQuery will do this internally. So let's move on to the blackboard now. Perfect. Okay, so let's take a table. Okay, and assume that this table has got around 50,000 rows. Okay, assume that this table has got 50,000 rows. I believe you by this time you noted down on your paper copy that the concept is very clear. If your query cans more data, more slots will be utilized. That's the result, you will end up in paying more price, because the BigQuery will charge you on the amount of data scanned and the number of slots utilized, or the number of resources utilized by the BigQuery to solve your query or to provide the output for your query. Okay, fine, makes sense. So assume that this has got around 1 lakh records. Okay, 1 lakh records. Now what happens is, we can provide the compartments on this table. Okay, and that concept of doing or partitioning the table into different compartments is called table partitioning. I will tell you why and how it happens. Okay, let's be very simple and let's start with very basic concepts. No need to put more kind of high frequency words right now. Just try to understand the concept how this works. Okay, so first concept is we can partition the table based on date, okay, or timestamp. Assume that this is order table and you have got lakhs of order records, and obviously the order table has a ordered date. Okay, means the date when this order has placed. Okay, fine. So now we got many dates. Okay, the orders has got many dates or the random dates throughout the years your orders will be processed, right? Now in my SQL query, if I write select order name, okay, and order date from orders, where date equal to 1st of October. If this is a query, then without partitioning, what BigQuery does is it will read each and every column like this, every column like this until it sees this condition. Okay, what happens? Unnecessary you are wasting the BigQuery scan. Okay, because you know my order is placed on 1st of October, but BigQuery doesn't know. It keeps on scanning. It keeps on scanning. Assume that this particular date is present at the last row. Okay, 110 at the last row. What will happen is BigQuery will scan around 99,999 rows. Okay, that's not good at all, because you are wasting, in order to just fetch this record, you are making BigQuery to read almost every corner of your table. That's not at all inappropriate, right? That's the reason what you are going to do is, for the same table, okay, you are partitioning it with respect to date. It means that, okay, you have a date here and some order number or order name, customer, etc. here. So what you are doing, you are partitioning the date. It means that all the orders placed on October 1 will be partitioned together. October 1, 01, 10, 25, right? It means if you partition, then by the date, I want to partition the table by date, you are creating compartments within the table. This is very important. You are creating the compartments within the table, so that when you write the same query saying that give me the order number which are placed on 1st October 2025, then the BigQuery will directly go, okay, and scans this row. Look at how you are saving the BigQuery to scan almost 99,000 rows or 99,000 records, right? Due to the partition concept, your BigQuery knows that, okay, this date is present in compartment number 1 or partition number 1, so I will directly go there. Then I will skip the required rows. Okay, so you have almost saved 90% of your scanning time or 90% of your scanning price. So this is how the most beautiful and the most wonderful stuff that BigQuery has provided. Really hats off to them. So see how your query becomes very fast. Okay, directly it goes there, because the BigQuery knows that, okay, the date 1/10/2025 is present in first compartment or seventh compartment, so I don't need to waste scanning or reading all the records. Directly I will jump in there, right? That's the reason the partitioning is very important in order to save the query scans. Okay, there is a must question on in your examination on partition. I will give you the tip. Okay, if the question consists of improve improve the efficiency, okay, save the time, save the cost, and if you have an option saying that option number C or D saying you can partition, if you see the word partition, then that will be most probably 99% that will be answer. Okay, so this is what the concept of the table partitioning is. Don't worry, we are going to do a hands-on, then you will get 100% idea on how exactly the partition works. Make sense? So as of now, if you understand up to 70%, that's fine. You can repeat this video 2 or 3 times, you will get it. I can understand it's not that easy for you guys to get it at the first time. Okay, you just repeat the same video once or twice, and when we do hands-on, then 100% all the stuff will be at the right place. Make sense? Now let's understand the clustering in the other hand. Okay, so the partition means here we have the partition. You can also perform the partition based on the integer range. Okay, so we have done based on the date. Assume that we have the same table. Okay, and this table has got order date, order number, and say order name or some other things, and we have order ID. Okay, I will remove this order number. Okay, so that will be confusing. Just assume we have, say, I will give that customer ID. Okay, so this is order number. Now it's very interesting now. Perfect. There is order ID, say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 up to 1 lakh. Just I'm giving one example. Okay, it's not like always it should be linear, but there is some order when how the orders are saved. So what I will do partition based on the integer. Okay, these are all integers, right? I will do the partition based on the integer. It means that if I say something query like this, select order name from this table where order ID, okay, I just understand it, this font may not be good, equal to say 75,125, something like this. Before partition, what happens? Okay, the big query has to go through all this column records until it reaches this. Okay, but now with the partition, what is doing is, with the partition of integer, this will directly go in this particular row, so that the scanning will be reduced. So most of the time in real time, the partition will be done on dates, and this is also an option based on the integer column present in your table. And keep this in mind, always the partitions will be done on a single column. You cannot have something like this. Okay, I will do partition on the integer, and I will also do the partition on date. So this is not possible. Either you choose either one of it. Okay, either you choose date or you choose integer. Okay, perfect. Now there is one more thing how you can create the partition is during the ingestion time. Suppose that I have a data, okay, coming from some external sources, and I will pump that data to BigQuery. Okay, now what happens is, I want to partition this table based on ingestion time. Ingest time. Okay, so based on ingestion time, what happens is, if you set this as partition this table for me based on ingestion time, BigQuery automatically creates one more column, say underscore, it starts with underscore with timestamp. This column will be created automatically, you no need to create it. So here you will see the ingestion time. Suppose this block, this partition is one where your data is ingested on 1st of October. Next day your data will be ingested on 2nd of October, right? So this is how the ingestion time. See, you are just dividing or partitioning or making slices of your table based on the partition date, that is based on the ingestion time. Ingestion time means on which date the data has pumped into the BigQuery. It doesn't mean that which date the order has been placed in the order tables. Just for example, suppose this is order table, okay, and you want to partition this table based on ingestion time. Ingestion time means when the data has arrived in this table in BigQuery, not when the order has been submitted in the real time. Okay, don't get confused with this date and this date. Okay, anyhow you will be having only one column based on which you are going to do the partition. Just I am telling you, there are three ways you can create a partition. One is date and timestamp. Okay, where is that? Okay, so date and timestamp, this is when the this timestamp is your column timestamp. Suppose order date, order place date in real time. Integer arrays is not that practical, but that's I mean, many people still uses it, that's fine. And ingestion time is when your data is pumped into BigQuery. Data is pumped into the BigQuery table, not the transaction date where this order has placed. Make sense? So that's all about the partitioning. In the next session we will be seeing the clustering, because this video will become too long. So thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Don't go anywhere. See you soon in the clustering video. So thank you so much and have a wonderful time ahead.